Welcome back to Being Guillén. Happy Friday, Senor Guillén. Senor Guillén, what's happening?
Everything's good, man. Everything's been great. A lot of stuff happening in the family. It's been great. I've been grandpa for real, taking my kids to the park. There's nothing can be better than that.
We're ready to rock. Good weather's in Chicago. Dog days of summer are coming. We got our Being Guillén hat on. We're ready to get the ball rolling here.
So let's do this. A lot of news, a lot of updates happening in the game of baseball. We're going to go real quick, though, and doing it for the gram. Somebody from Venezuela actually every year does something awesome and amazingly where they make a song for my daughter, Adela, in our favorite music, salsa. And it's a great beat, and you guys can check it out on Instagram. Follow Marcial, and he's done it every single year. So the song is him basically doing a free verse, which would be the same as doing a rap. And it's just awesome. So what you love salsa. How do you feel like Adela having a song every year?
To me, it's a privilege. Marcial, one of the best salsa singer from Venezuela, one of the best. I think the best is Oscar de Leon. But to take his time and for the last 3 years and put the rhyme together, and I know it's not an easy one. To me, I feel privileged to be friend with his and can be friend of the house and include little Ozzie in that song is very special. I think the first time I hear him when first year, I could start crying because
if you get a song in the hood where we're originally from, it is a huge.
Yeah, some people get sweaters, others get toys. Adela has been gifted a song, and I'm sure the tradition will carry on for many years.
And somebody's dancing Guarenas in the hood.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's ever written a song about you.
No one's ever written a song about me.
Me either.
Or us. Couple lyrics, but Adela is a big deal back in Guarenas. So, update, huge news, breaking story right before we got on the show. The Cleveland Guardians are here to stay. The new team name has been announced. And I'm going to say this real quick right now. I like the name. I do. The Guardians. I did some research. It's the statue. It's called the Guardians of Traffic, built right before the Great Depression. Again, I'm going to have to see what kind of depiction of the character where he was from, because I'm sure they'll do some research. But I love the name. I like the name The Guardians. It's really cool. The logo, though, it looked like they were like last minute. We need to put something together. Let's grab the C, make it into a G.
Looks like
Anaheim
or like the airlines.
It looks like an airline. It looks like the airline that did not make it. The Southwest stepbrother, Frontier Airlines cousin.
It's great. I love that they kept the same color theme. It ends on Ians, same as the Indians did. Kind of like a little play on the words. If that's what it's going to take for let's move on. Let's keep the tradition going, because Cleveland has a really, really big tradition.
100 years.
They're one of the first teams to be around. Me personally, I grew up watching the movie Major League and Bob Uecker and all those Indian tribes and the jokes and all the passages from that movie stick with me forever. So, and I visited Cleveland a lot. So I think as long as the fans are happy and they continue to support their team, we'll move on.
It's kind of funny because after so many years together, it's going to take a little while. Because you signed like a kid from Dominican Republic signed. Who you signed with? What team signed you?
The Guardians.
Cleveland, India. Oh, I'm sorry, the Guardians.
Well, I work for Guardian Life of America, so
it's funny because the same way with the stadium here in Chicago. How many times they changed the name?
The stadium's a little bit harder.
Yeah, but I can say people.
You know what? It's really weird because this has always happened around sports. The Utah Jazz, there's no music in Utah. They came from New Orleans. The Los Angeles Lakers, they were the Minneapolis Lakers. There's no lakes around California and Los Angeles. So I'm glad that at least Cleveland had a connection to
the name, the Guardians. So number one, when you buy a team, you buy the rights to that name. You can make it whatever you want. Okay, so the owner could have said, "I want to make this, keep it, or I want to change it." That's his priority. Number two, I think people want to go away from tradition, but again, the owner can do it because he found it racially insensitive, or just because he didn't like the name. Who knows? Maybe he doesn't like Indians at all, and he wanted to call it something else. He's the owner; he could do that. 100 years, you ran it. Here's the thing. The Cleveland Indians have as many rings as the Cleveland Guardians.
Zero.
So you're not the Yankees. You're not holding to tradition. You have 0 rings. Maybe this is what you need. Yeah. Maybe this is what you need to wake your team up.
I actually thought it would be Nelson Cruz. That would have helped.
Nelson Cruz would have helped, and that throws us right into our next topic, obviously, of
that would have been a nicer present.
That would have been a nicer present than the Guardians because, again, you got a new name, but you're still in second place, and you're behind probably 9 games as of today. So Nelson Cruz packs his bags. Sano wears his pants. Kepler wore his socks. Everyone in Minnesota was crying.
It's an upgrade in cities, even though I love Minnesota.
It's an upgrade in cities,
but a little bit nicer.
He is a mercenary when it comes to baseball terms. Nelson Cruz has basically, I think, gives that Tampa team the star power of bringing someone that can be very dangerous in a postseason run.
You know what? I think Nelson Cruz is a great hired gun. It gives them a prove-it right-handed bat in an already really, really, really good team. You put Nelson Cruz in the middle of that lineup around good players.
Everyone gets better.
Everyone gets better. He not only is a good player, provides a lot of power, which they needed from the right side, provides leadership, and I'm sure Kevin Cash is going to love penciling him every day, 3 or 4 hole. You get a guy like that. I already had Tampa as a 1 to 2 teams in the American League. I didn't think Boston was going to be this good for this long. So I had Tampa all year in the top 2 spots. I think that Nelson Cruz coming over, you're adding a perennial all-star. He's 42. He's a great friend of La Vida Baseball. I think that Nelson Cruz makes the Tampa Bay Rays the number 1 team in the American League.
And we talk about what he can do, or you guys talk about what he can do at the plate, but what he can do behind the plate, what he can do in the clubhouse, the leadership, the friendship with the player, the respect the player going to bring him. So many things this man bring besides his bat is amazing. You can talk to anyone Seattle, to anyone in Minnesota, a father figure, a guy, a mentor. You know what I mean? I think that Minnesota will need that more desperate than ever because that guy, a lot of players look up to him. And this kid, every time he went out there, he played hard, played the right way.
I don't think he's ever hurt a lot.
No, he just had
not a lot of ending season injuries. So here's the part. The most disappointing team out of this story is the Minnesota Twins. They're the team that everyone had to win the Central Division. They're falling at least 16 games behind the first place Chicago White Sox. They're selling their number 1 offensive player in the past 3 years. They're in a free fall. They're gonna obviously this opens up the gates of selling. I think they're not done. They're basically gonna try to move everyone that's
anyone that has value.
Everyone that has value. Or they
I think they want to try move Donaldson, but Donaldson gets injury.
Hurt. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's a lot of money.
Everyone right now on that roster, including Byron Buxton, if they can move Donaldson and they have to throw Buxton in, the Minnesota Twins are going to be in a full-blown rebuild next year.
They should.
Yeah, they really have some really good pieces with Berrios. They got the Maeda. They got a couple pieces that can do it.
But I'm saying I think they should really go into a full-blown rebuild.
Nelson Cruz, congratulations, because it's great. Before we move on to our next topic,
have a chance to win.
It's great to see a guy that good be in a pennant race because Tampa's going deep.
Again, they were in the World Series last year. In the World Series.
Tampa is they're basically saying
they can repeat. They can repeat.
We're in it. We're trying to go to the American League. They're probably, depending on how the AL East is so hard to call because it's at Boston.
But I don't think they care. They're the wild card team or the regular season.
I don't care about anybody who wants to miss it. I think it's going to be Tampa, Oakland, that wild card game. They're obviously going to try to win the division, and then the winner of that is probably going to face the White Sox. The White Sox don't want to see Nelson Cruz in the playoffs wearing a Tampa uniform. I
think the White Sox, everyone's talking about they want to win the division by 10 games, but I really think that they're really focused on having the best record in the American League.
Well, they would like
to skip Nelson.
They would like to maybe not see Nelson until later, or they would want the American League playoffs to run through Chicago.
Correct. How ironic would it be that the guy that gets the White Sox out is Nelson Cruz? By the way,
don't say that.
389 as a player versus a team.
Historic.
I get
home runs.
I'm saying I think Mike Sweeney was a guy that I thought about that would win the White Sox. Miguel Cabrera, obviously, but Nelson Cruz, man, the last couple of years, he is literally
he's out of the Sox division, but
he's not out of your mind.
He's going to
be around.
Lingering in
He's going to be around. So lingering. Talking about the White Sox, the best team in Major League Baseball, mind you. The story, I'm not going to say a story. I'm going to say the novella. A novella. It's got everything. It's got highs. It got low. It's like
a novella for our non-bilingual audience is a soap opera.
General Hospital.
General Hospital on steroids. This is like a musical from this is like West Side Story is joins Les Miserables. It is the story of Yermín Mercedes, the Germinator, which most people in Major League Baseball and in the city of Chicago did not know who he was unless you followed Dominican Republic baseball.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. They don't know who he was, and they remember him a couple of days ago. But if they even remember him, correct. He got sent down.
So he got sent down. So the point of the story is that he was the hottest player in the month of April. Had a crazy month of April, 7 home runs. Basically, everyone thought that he'd be Rookie of the Year. He'd be in the home run derby. He basically started the first big story in Major League Baseball, even before Ohtani, okay? He was a big first story. Everyone in Chicago jumped on. Everyone was hurt. He actually keeps the team in first place, gives them the boost. And then he starts declining slowly. Again, he's a 28-year-old player who had making his Major League debut, a guy that basically you were getting at his best moment. He has a moment with Tony La Russa. Again, Chicago hates Tony. We know that. But there's a 3-0 count swing that basically everyone turns on Tony and says, you're ruining this guy, Germinator. Okay, Yermín Mercedes, the thing goes down. Well, Yermín Mercedes, prior to this event, was already on a downfall. Okay, he basically started falling crazy drop, looking like the stock market in 2008, just dropping like crazy. Okay, Yermín Mercedes does not play any place defensively. And when I say he doesn't play, I'm not talking about David Ortiz playing. I'm talking about he can't play anywhere. So they have a space, they need to move, and they send him down to the minor leagues. In the minor leagues, he was asked to catch. There was 8 pass balls in that game, I believe. So now he can hit. So in the game, in AAA, by the way, the manager is Mr. Welshelm, a Major League Baseball guy, a guy who produced Braves. And a very good mind, decides to pinch hit for him in the 6th inning. Okay, and mind you, this is a guy who's produced pretty much every big player that's come to the White Sox who's in first place again. He's had him in AAA. So Sheets, Berger. So he's doing a really good job this year. In the middle of that, after that at bat, Mr. Mercedes decides to go in the clubhouse, grab his stuff, and leave. And then let us know the amazing love for social media.
Yeah.
He basically told us he was retiring.
First of all, you have to love social media. The fact that players now can engage what's on your mind so quickly to the fans. My personal opinion on this is this, because obviously he posts that he's retiring. Then a day later,
the day later of the rise of the Phoenix,
he says, "I'm back."
He is back.
I mean, I honestly think that he's 28 years old. He's very immature. I didn't get the chance to interview him like Ozzie did, but in his post, he basically says, "I've made a lot of mistakes. I apologize." He's had trouble in winter ball with leaving teams.
He was suspended. He showed up in winter ball in 2019. He showed up, did not see himself in the lineup. Went, grabbed his bags, and left.
And I've seen it, with other guys in winter ball. It's very, very, very telling about we're not in the clubhouse, people. We don't know what Tony La Russa sees this guy every day. That's why we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's been around players a long time. There was a reason why he did what he did. They must have seen something like, hey, this kid's, he's beating at the march. He's marching to his own beat. They sent him down. He struggles. He posts that stuff. Basically, to me, this guy loves attention. Loves attention. Was very upset they took him out. Goes to the social media. Now I'm back. Now everyone. He made a story out of a story. Now, if your goal is to get back on the White Sox roster, I don't think that was the best way to go about it. Because now everyone's thinking like, oh, this guy's all about himself.
Well, maybe he wanted to get released, which I don't think the White Sox were going to do either.
This is all about himself. Me personally, if I'm a White Sox player, I don't want him in the clubhouse. We got something good going. We're continuing to win without you. Thank you for what you did. You've been paid for that already. That's great. Let's move on. We'll see if he gets called up in September. But this guy, for being a 28-year-old rookie, a lot of stories from him. A lot of stories, good and bad. Like, this guy is just a big ball of drama.
Ozzie?
I can see here and talk. I don't want to talk about this kid that much because people think
I hate him. By the way, I think you kind of lost it in your post game.
But I did because
when emotional Ozzie.
What did he say? What did he say?
He said I'm going to take a couple of days.
I'm going to go a couple of days off. First of all, you're not Ohtani. You're not Abreu. You're not Tim Anderson. You are a cheeseburger kid, fat boy. You're lucky to be in the big league. You're lucky some people got hurt, and you have a great start of the season. And I was saying this for all national media. All you guys, just see things and hear things before you connect into it. First of all, you blame Tony La Russa. First of all, Tony La Russa played this kid 200 at-bats after that happened, okay? This kid hit 110 after that happened. The day that he got sent down, I interviewed this kid a couple of days before, and this kid really it confused me, okay? Second, when he told me people pay to watch me play, I didn't even hear those words from Frank Thomas. I even hear those words from Jim Thomas.
I think what he's trying to say,
because I don't want to talk in the show, but this kid, he's lucky I'm not managing the White Sox, because this kid never wear that uniform the long I'm managing, because everybody blamed Tony La Russa, everyone, and nobody blamed this kid. He's a great kid. He's confused. Everybody have problem in baseball. Everyone have problem in baseball off the field, and this kid come out doing this. Please, you're not a prospect. You're not a prospect. You're not. And I was the first one protecting you for 2 months. I bring your own shirt.
You were in the big leagues for 3 months.
By the way, listen to me. By the way, my first interview is a media. It was you. Okay? And I hear you what you're saying. First of all, I love you. Then I don't like you. What you say about Tony La Russa. Then I just feel sorry for you. At the end of the interview, I feel sorry for him. Because I got friends in Dominican Republic, good friends, like my sons. I asked about them. Nobody had a good answer. No one. And guys believe in God. Like guys,
basically, this guy's full of himself.
Yeah. So I think that talks now to the woke world.
All the media. I'm sorry, Ozzie. All the media around baseball, all the genius, all they didn't know anything about it. Quit and stop complaining about. It was Tony's fault for Tony's hating. Stop doing it.
Well, first of all, I got blocked. The senior editor of Fangraphs.
That guy never played.
Hold on, it doesn't have to play with boogers or anything. You're writing for a Fangraphs. You might not agree with this, but Fangraphs is a huge baseball publication. Okay, Keith Law, is a guy that I admire and I read consistently. These guys are supposed to know the game of baseball. I don't care if you haven't played. These guys are guys that are followed, and they're saying it's Tony's fault. Like, you should know better. Like, if you know baseball, you know that these interactions happen. And if you're that mentally weak, in the game of baseball,
you can blame managers for a lot of things.
You can blame managers for a lot of things.
Except for batting averages.
Except for batting averages. I don't know who said that.
And
production. But again, and here's the part. I think that he actually did have a good relationship with Tony, because Tony went out of his way afterwards to talk nice about him. He came out. Tony could have been you.
By the way, Tony just being nice.
He is being nice.
By the way, Tony, you're not being Tony. Quit being hypocrite, okay? Please, quit being hypocrite.
Well, he's got to do his job. And
I know that. What Tony got to lose when he said the truth? Oh, you're going to get fired? Oh, wow. Poor guy. You know what? He did what he's supposed to do because he respect the play, respect the new system of baseball. But when this kid go, well, you know what? I do my way. I'm Yermín. Who you are?
Wait. You are. I'm saying, no, you could say that.
You got to love Otani. You know, this guy was the same guy that wrote in the post, I'm doing me.
Yeah.
That's how I play.
So that's what I'm saying. So I think that the cloud again got on him. I think I said the rise of the Phoenix. He did not play last night. I will keep trolling.
I'm not playing here anymore.
Well, we'll see. But I'm saying though, I think that
the Sox got bodies. By the way,
I want to throw people off on the face. I want to see Kenny Williams have some guts. I want to see Rick Hanley got some guts. I want to see those guys, because those guys winning without this kid being in the big league. I want to see the old Kenny Williams. I want to see the old Rick Hanley.
You don't think he won't come back?
No. You know why? Because wait a minute. We're going to feel sorry for you all. Say we have problems.
Oh, I don't feel sorry.
We all have problems.
Everyone gets.
By the way, I'm not against this kid, because you look in my interviews and what I say about this kid all year long, guys. I've been with this kid right behind this kid. But when I hear people talk about Tony La Russa the way they are, because that kid.
Well, by the way, Tony La Russa did not take him out of the lineup in the sixth inning, and I think that he owns if he comes back, he owes an apology to his teammates for leaving the stadium early. By the way, there's a guy in town.
Wait a minute, hold on. Sammy Sosa leave his team.
That's what I'm saying.
And everybody hate him.
Everybody hate him.
This kid got 20 at bat in the big league.
Correct.
And when it's so poor guy, he going crazy.
Again, I can talk about mental health. I've dealt with it myself.
I do too.
I'm just saying though. So you cannot saying, "Oh, you're being insensitive." You cannot throw that word out there like, "Oh, this guy's having a mental breakdown."
We have guys returning for the Sox. Actually, huge.
Pieces. So that's it. So what would Ozzie do? What would you do with Eloy? So Eloy's coming back.
DH?
You would, even though he says he doesn't want to DH.
But good for you. You know what? First of all, we have a level. You got to talk him. Say, hey, we got to keep. I understand why Eloy don't want to DH
because he doesn't want to be labeled that.
No, yeah,
because he's young. I know DH. I'm not 35.
Okay, well, you better in the outfield because we have one kid never played the outfield before. I say we, like I'm part of the White Sox. They have one kid, Vaughn, play left field better than anybody I see play left field for the White Sox, and I watched this team for a long time.
It's crazy if I say this. Eloy in left, if he wants to play left on certain days, and try Andrew in right.
I don't know about that because different. No,
Andrew Vaughn. Okay,
or Eloy in right.
So what about Eloy comes back and says DH? Robert comes back.
I don't think Robert comes back.
He does center field. So Goodwin bench, Hamilton bench.
Of course, they play because those guys hurt.
Okay, great. What about Chris Sale coming back for the?
Oh God, you talk about something.
By the way, I did not think. Okay, so I did not think. I was not following Chris. Hold on. I was not following that, and I followed Jerry Carambis on Barstool Sport, and he had not really talked about Chris Sale. And I talked to Alex all the time, and he never mentioned Chris Sale. And I thought Chris was just returning slowly, and I think that I wasn't thinking Chris Sale for this season. I didn't at all. And then all of a sudden, Chris Sale comes from a rehab assignment, and he looks phenomenal. Like Chris Sale, the first year in the big leagues, meaning that healthy. That's better than any midseason trade they can have.
That's probably a step above Nelson Cruz.
Yes.
That makes them now in the American League a top contender. Again, the White Sox haven't made a move, and they got two guys returning. This is
trades.
This is the reason that I'm worried about that, okay? Eloy Jimenez is Eloy. Pantera coming back.
Don't do anything yet.
Pantera had one home run before he went down.
We don't know yet.
We don't know Pantera yet. So I'm going to be honest.
We do know Nelson Cruz, and we do know Chris Sale.
Yes.
I know Alex Cora has to be ecstatic about bringing an ace to anchor his staff with Evaldi and everyone that's dealing for a first place team. So I know that they said Sale was throwing that he hit 98 a couple times.
As long as he's healthy, he's going to be instructed. The other one though, the team that everyone, which was a favorite team to repeat, okay, 2 games in a row, Dave Roberts gets kicked out. By the way, he got kicked out by being right. Horrible call on the check swing in San Francisco. The Giants are on fire. Kepler and Kepler and our boy Albie Abernathy, Mark Halber. We have friends in that coaching staff. It's a combination of old with new. Everyone thinks they're doing sabermetrics. They're not. They're bunting the ball. They literally flip the table on everybody. They're playing solid baseball. Posey's healthy, but the Dodgers are still the best team on paper. I can see the Dodgers making a trade with the Chicago Cubs and helping Jensen.
Oh,
Kelly's a closer. But when you're that close already in the playoff, if a guy gets hurt, they don't have anyone behind him. I think that the Cubs have Kimbrel, and you package Kimbrel and Bryant, and you send them to the Dodgers. Dodgers are because the Dodgers are so in at this point.
Right,
you got to keep going in.
Yeah.
You can't let it go.
I saw Kimbrel pitch first day of the year, and I said he's back. If he goes to the Dodgers, unbelievable to be with Jensen. I think Kenley Jensen has thrown a lot of innings in the playoffs.
I don't know how Jensen still the closer,
right? Because they've never bought him. But I'm saying,
he has thrown a lot of innings in the playoffs. They were booing him when he came off the field, which is kind of like it kind of sucks. If they package Kimbrel to the Dodgers, I thought about
Urias.
I thought last year Urias closed the World Series.
That's a guy should be.
I think the Red Sox should bring Kimbrel back.
Oh, they should.
And grab Sale, and you put Kimbrel. Now you're thinking World Series ring or bust. If the Red Sox can pull that off.
If the Red Sox win a World Series after trading,
if the Red Sox win a World Series
to the Dodgers,
the Red Sox.
And I know Weber's laughing. He's smiling.
Unbelievable franchise.
This is the kid.
Alex Cora. It should be the manager of the year.
By the way,
the century.
Here's a part that's interesting though too, and I say this to Alex. I said that they were going to lose 100 games. I said that the Red Sox.
Kike Hernandez.
I said this utility team.
Yes, Kike Hernandez.
Kike got the hit yesterday to win it.
What the Red Sox are doing, I don't know how. They're getting balls thrown at him in left field. Verdugo wants to jump in the stand.
But they made the right trade.
He's saying, my boys are up there. This is crap. They kick the fan out for life. The Red Sox they're legit. They're literally whooping on the Yankees. Like, what, the Yankees got 1 win in like 11 games, 12 games. Like, they are dominating. And like I said, NL East, when they battle every day, they are ready. I know Alex Cora is not going to shrink. Kevin Cash won't shrink either.
It's going to be a good battle.
It's going to be a really, really tough battle for the American League Championship. The White Sox are favorites in the regular season. When the postseason starts, the tables are turned. They won't be so favorites. They won't be so favorites against teams like Tampa and teams like the Red Sox or teams like Houston. They won't be favorites. So we have a lot of things to see. The trade deadline's coming. Will the Cubs move Chris Bryant? Who out of these good teams?
The Cubs are going to move Ronnie.
You know, by the way, I signed. I don't know.
The Cubs are going to move
Ronnie Contreras.
By the way, the catcher?
The catcher?
Oh, yeah, that'd be huge.
Well, I also don't. That's another thing. I don't think Grandal's going to come back.
I don't think so.
He got surgery, so a lot of things. The Sox right now are doing well with under these guys are overperforming. Billy Hamilton, the Sheets, the stuff. Those guys won't get it done in the playoffs. It just won't happen. Randy Arozarena now barely plays for the Tampa. You need your best players. You need your Eloy. You need Luis Robert. You need Grandal. You need talent to win in the playoffs. And the American League isn't really good all around, but they're really top heavy. Like the good teams are really, really good.
Yeah, and everybody's off. So
we'll see how it goes.
We have social media walk-offs for the week. First off, we're going to go off with Brendan Wiles. Okay, Brendan Wiles is a young man who basically makes me look horrendous because I have both functioning hands, and pretty much anyone who does not have a handicap. This young man is missing a limb in his hand, and he is playing high school baseball with one arm. Okay, and I thought that the Jim Abbott was impressive because he was actually a pitcher. This kid's actually hitting. Oney, have you ever seen anything like this? A young man like this hitting with one arm?
Okay, hitting for me is hard with two hands. Maybe one eye, but this is unbelievable. The fact that this kid is actually playing competitive baseball and is holding its own and is doing good things. It just goes to show you that the human mind, if you put yourself wanting to do something, you can accomplish anything. Jim Abbott's done it. I've seen guys golf with one hand.
You're Jim Abbott's teammate.
It was my teammate. I face him.
Yeah, well, you face him a lot.
It's funny because I say, "Oh, you got it's funny because the way you throw the ball, you get you like, oh my god." But I say, "Oh, really? I was the best burner in my time." And I say, "We will see, baby." And I bunt. One of the best bunt. This man.
This guy bunted on Jim Abbott. Let's see how quick you are.
I did. That's baseball. That was my ability. I say bunt on it, and I did. I bunt, and this man got me out for a mile. A great bunt. I go back to the dugout, and I say, I got the first thing I was like, I just probably go,
I'm sorry, but no. How do you make that play?
No, I say because I couldn't see it. I say, who made that play?
You know who else?
Abby did.
You know who else?
Abby did.
You know who else can't?
I got goosebumps.
You know who else can't see? El Adivino. We got a lot of guys commenting on they've lost a lot of money on the Yanks. El Adivino has costing him. These guys, our fans, cost him a lot of money on their picks. He says, it's never El Adivino's fault.
It's always the players' fault. I hit the Twins. People are just scared of betting the Tigers. So,
by the way, that's the other guy that's going to be. The Detroit Tigers. Wow, unbelievable story.
But talking about one thing about Avi. Avi is one of the toughest men.
Didn't he hit a home run?
Yeah,
he hit a home run in the big leagues.
Hey, by the way, Avi's one of the toughest guy you can't even. I haven't played with. We thought he was a nice dude. You know,
he's hard-nosed guy.
Okay, this guy with a uniform, the Jim Tony, the nicest man around the league. This man put his uniform on. He's like
he was a Caucasian Carlos Zambrano.
Yeah,
he was like Carlos Zambrano.
He's like go out there and he just come.
By the way, do you blame him? The guy has one arm.
I know, but it's like
that just goes to show you that we are so capable. Be grateful for everything that we have. There's people out there doing it with one arm.
I hope this kid plays college. I hope Brendan Wiles. Follow him on Instagram.
Hope somebody gives him a chance to play something.
Just keep playing, man. It's just awesome. The heart that he's there not to give in. And as a father, his parents must feel so proud. The other story is,
we go from Brendan Wiles to Manny not paying bills.
Well, before we go into Manny playing stats, it was a quick one. Luis Joe Castro is a player who allegedly was the first Latino player to ever play in baseball, in Major League Baseball. He had his tombstone changed to the first ever. And
his family did.
Well, his family didn't come back from the dead.
He rose from the dead.
So I was going to ask you this. The reason I brought this up is when you pass away at one point, and I'm not trying to jinx anyone, do you want me to put on your tombstone first Latino manager to ever win a World Series?
Yes.
I'm just asking. Hey, well, by the way, because I was surprised. So the other night, my mom.
Oh, my mom. Controversial. A real Latino manager?
No, yes, the firstborn.
I'm going to be in ashes. I don't think I want to.
No, but here's the part. So Ibis asked Ozzie, why do you want your number retired?
How about that?
And I laughed. She looked at him seriously in the eye and said, why do you want your number retired? And I wanted to be like,
what? Well, the answer is
it's a huge accomplishment.
Because you want your future generations to say when the rate or as long as a White Sox franchise exists, no one can ever.
Well, I wanted him to snap and say because I effing deserve it, but he just stayed quiet, and I was laughing the whole time.
He probably thought it was a quick question. If you could have anything on your tombstone, what would it say?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, according to Ibis, it's not retired my number.
No. No, it would say. Usually, it says devotee father. Good golfer.
No, I don't care about baseball. I said the best grandpa in earth.
Okay. Well, if I was you, I'd put my winning record and my winning percentage. I'm just saying though. So for this guy, it's a big deal.
Your postseason record.
Postseason, no, but I'm just saying though. For this guy, though, everyone was saying like, it's not. People think it's funny. Like, it's a big deal. I'm like, there's family it is.
There's so many cemeteries and places in Chicago that I'm like, I don't know what I would have in my headstone, but something to think about.
But one of the things.
If you have a really nice insurance policy, you can get a really nice.
Hey, by the way, hold on. Let's do it like in my hometown. They put a hole. They dig in a hole in the backyard.
That's creepy.
And why is creepy? What's the difference between 170?
Because it's your house.
It wasn't made
for my house.
So listen, I'll be honest with you. Our next topic is fun.
So the next topic is So I want you to be, because you manage him, okay? And this guy is. He should be the guy that talking about the rise of the Phoenix. This guy is what Yermín wanted to be.
Except for this guy.
It's a real deal.
This guy was.
So I'm going to give you a couple highlights.
350.
So there was a rumor that he never spoke English. He went to high school in the United States.
That's a lie.
That's a lie. So he speaks English perfectly. So for many years, everyone's like, he doesn't speak English.
He just didn't
talk about it. Okay? Everyone thought he didn't take BP. He actually showed up at the stadium at 10 in the morning. He just hit BP at a different time.
6 o'clock in the morning.
6 o'clock in the morning. He's just a big weirdo, but one of the coolest weirdos out there. He's actually been one of the best rookies ever. And people always remember Americanized Manny Ramirez on the Red Sox. There was a time when Manny was 100% Latino, with the super tight pants, was in the outfield. So 95 Manny. So Manny's had all these transitions. And there's all these stories. When I read this article, though, that he was stealing stuff from teammates' lockers.
Batting gloves,
underwear. Well, because this is funny, because he is the guy, though, and I know this is a fact. Manny's done a couple things around with me. Manny's done this. I know Manny, for one, he bought a grill, okay?
And
he didn't use it, and he signed it, and he sold it online.
Yes, he did.
Okay, that's a true story. Number 2, I've seen Andrew Jones chase Manny down in a nightclub. Manny would go and he would
I was out with him in a nightclub in Chicago called Level, and this guy he had his buddies with him, and he was drinking.
Because he always showed up with an entourage.
He was ordering. He never showed up by himself. He had the guy that cut his hair, the friend, blah, blah, blah. He was ordering. And one time, he did it to Ramon Castro. The bill came, and Castro's like, this bastard, he left again. He left me with the bill. So he would order all these things and then leave them.
So he was making
like $30 million back then. Every check of his would come like $250,000 because I saw them. And he tried to do it to Andrew Jones when they were on the White Sox. And at Level, they put the check down. Andrew looks up. He knew the bouncer. And he goes, stop him. And they stop Manny. They're calling you back. And Andrew says, you're not going to get me like this again. They made him come back, pay the bill. He's known for this.
So he's
made so much money,
but he doesn't spend any money.
He's cheap.
So there's rumors, again, I've never heard the rumors of this story about him taking stuff from people's clubhouses. I don't believe that. But he has been known for taking water from the clubhouse. He got caught taking water or bottles out of the clubhouse, like not going to Walmart and buying himself. He thought of the water there. He's like, why would I pay? I just take the water. So he would open up his backpack, fill it up with like water, juices, and not tobacco. He's also a guy toothpaste. He's also a guy that I know for a fact sent out a clubhouse kid gave him the money, gave him like a 25 to get hair, the coloring for his hair,
and then he asked him for change.
Then he asked for change. Okay, after this guy had to go out of his job. When you're a clubhouse kid, it's like, Manny, they don't pay me to get your hair colored.
Do you? He went to the store to get him the hair coloring.
Yeah,
to get his hair colored because he was having a lot of white hair. And Manny gave him a 20 for his kid to go out of the clubhouse, drive to the store, come back, and then they get back and goes, hey, where's my change? The guy almost saw him.
Listen, Manny's son played with Ozzie in the Bees. In what league is
the Frontier League?
No,
back in the Ohio, the one in East Coast.
Yeah, back in Bristol, somewhere around there. And I saw it. I said, "Oh, that's Manny's kid." Manny show up to the game, and when the son I leave, and I give more only Ozzie $300 here. I see you next Sunday because I'm working on Sunday in ESPN. Then Manny's kid see that, I say, my God, your dad give you money? They go, yeah. I had to walk to the hotel because my dad never gave me a penny.
And the guy made $200 million. This guy, he's cheap.
So,
he's
cheap. No, 1 second. You know why Manny playing in Korea, in Australia, all the time? No, because he want to visit those countries.
Maybe
for free. No.
He told you.
Yes. I said, bro, what you doing still playing baseball? Come on. You
look how I go there. They pay my flight.
They pay my flight. They pay I see. They play in Italy. I said, I know
he has played
everything
everywhere
around the world. I said, yeah, why? Because I play there for a month. I visit everywhere. I eat for free everywhere.
So Manny the crazy man or Manny the smart man?
So Manny, I think, is Manny the smart man. So the article, though, it said that he stole players like gloves. I don't believe that.
I do. I don't know about gloves.
No, I don't think about gloves.
But like batting superstitious, like, oh, this guy's hitting a lot. I'm gonna wear
so that is true. So that is also a fact. Manny, I've seen this, would send a clubhouse kid to our side and say, can you tell Paul Konerko to send me a bat? Not the ones that he has in the back, one that he's using right now. And the guy would send him a bat, thinking it's for signing. Next thing you know, Manny's using that bat to hit and hits a home run off of you. And the pitcher's like, and then Manny would go like, thank you to the guy who gave you the bat. You not knowing as a player why Manny's doing that. Then you find out he used that bat. Pitchers gets a little upset. So that I know that he's done. The bat, and he'll be like, what are you hitting with? So he'll hit 33, 38. He doesn't care.
He's just a
weird guy. But he's also a very honest guy. He's also a guy, they brought him in a pennant race, okay? And he was getting paid a lot of money. You can Google this, the amount of money. And the general manager had a meeting with the manager and said, it said, whoever wants to get shut down, just let us know. And the only guy that says, whoever doesn't want to play anymore, raise your hand.
That's my word.
And the only guy was, Manny's like, I don't want to play anymore.
I said, hey, listen, guys, thank you for having a great season or paying a raise.
It was like 2 weeks left?
No, maybe less than that, like a week left. And I say, I don't care what you do, who you are, how much money you make. If you're in the lineup, I expect you to play hard and to win the next 5-6 games we have. If you have any problem with that, just let me know. I don't want to have face-to-face problem with you because you don't play hard enough because we're done. Okay? If you have any problem, please talk to me. Before I say talk to me, Manny said, Papi,
I'm not playing.
I'm done. And Manny only had 15 at bat with us. Only guy go and tell the middle guys, hey, Papi, I'm done. No more.
So he's a unique character, and we should need to follow this story. But he is probably one of the most unique human beings that has ever played the game of baseball. So I think it is Manny being Manny. And with that, we will end this week's Being Guillén. Have a great week. We will give you the Guillén guarantees. Check out our social media.
Don't get on an El Divino.
Don't get off, please. Please, El Divino is always there.